On April 11, 2013, Julie Smith was diagnosed with a 0.96 millimeter cancer mole, which is about the size of a thumbnail. 3 years later, she was declared cancer-free, and today she raises thousands of dollars for cancer research, education, and hopefully a cure. Welcome to the Harvey Show, Julie.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so before we start this conversation, I also like to say this is not Stephanie. As you can see, Melanie is better looking than Stephanie. Now, Melanie is my colleague, and she works in Pulse FM radio station, our sister radio station, and she's also a cancer survivor. So thanks for joining me on the conversation with Julie. So take us back to April 10th, 2013, when life was going well for you, and then the next day you found out you had cancer. Tell us about that.
I was actually really nervous still, because April 8th is when they took the moles off my back, and there was 2 of them. And so I was still kind of nervous and that, just curious. And I kind of had an idea, because I knew that the symptoms for melanoma was itching and bleeding. And I knew that mole was doing that. And that, so when I did get the call on April 11th, I was at work, and my doctor himself had called, and he said, Julie, he says, the one mole it's negative. He says, but the other one, the one we were concerned about, it is positive. I said, okay. And he says, we're going to have a nurse call, and we're going to set up for surgery. And I said, okay. He said, we got to get this out. I said, yes, we do.
Right now, please.
Right now, yeah. Yesterday would have been great.
So was it considered small?
Yes.
Is that considered a small?
It was small, and we caught it in time, which was wonderful. I didn't have to go through the chemo. I didn't have to go through the radiation. Therefore, I was blessed with that. It was hard for me when you hear the word survivor, that's hard for me to take, because I didn't go through the chemo. I didn't go through the radiation. So when I look at a survivor, I'm looking at a survivor that has gone through that has gone through that stuff that is, oh gosh, I don't know how to explain it.
You had to go through it too, because you had to hear the words, you have cancer.
Yeah.
You survived that moment. That is something that no one ever expects to hear in their lifetime.
Yeah, so I'm getting used to it. I'm getting better at it and that.
So you didn't have to undergo any radiation?
No.
Or chemotherapy?
Or chemo.
So what did your treatment consist of?
They basically did the surgery and took out, like they said, a thumbnail and that. So I have the scar in the back, and but it was terrifying. At first. There's no other way.
Even though you didn't go through chemotherapy, there's something that goes on in your mind when you hear the words, you have cancer. So how did you walk through that process? Because there are people who are watching. People call our international prayer line all day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, asking for prayer, for healing for cancer. What's that like? Because I don't know what it feels like to have to go through that.
You go through the process of where you do. Your thought goes straight to death. At least it did for me. And I'm thinking, okay, what can I do that will make a difference? Because I am a person that wants to make a difference and wants to help other people and that. So when I found out with what had happened to me, I knew it was more important that I need to get more involved with American Cancer Society, doing the Relay for Life. And that, because my best friend had passed away from melanoma. She was 38, and she passed away on May 16th, 2011. And on the day of her funeral, I went to the funeral, but right after the funeral, I went to our relay, our local relay place, and relayed. And at the Luminaria ceremony, that's when it got me, that I was like, okay, gotta do more there. But then when I got diagnosed, it was, okay, you really got to do something here. You've got to let people know that people got to wear sunscreen, because I did the tanning. I did the tanning beds laid out in the sun. I didn't put sunscreen on. I didn't even put lotion on. I didn't put nothing on and that. And that's what I get for not doing that.
But you began to fight back
I
with a
did.
vengeance.
Yes, I
and so you
did.
became a team ambassador for Relay for Life, working with the American Cancer Society. Melanie says that you are the queen of fundraising for cancer awareness and education. Tell us about that.
Thank you. I don't know how to take care of that one part, you know. Basically, when I do for the fundraising, I just start, last year I started up with a dance, doing a dance for a cure.
Okay.
I love to line dance. I love it.
Wow, I wish I had some
Oh
music.
my gosh, I love to line dance. And so we go out to, it's called the BK Club here in Mishawaka, but anyhow, they have worked with me to where we have the dance. So last year we had this dance. The first year we raised $4,448. This year we did have another dance. It was October 8th, and we raised a little over $2,900. And there was a lot going on and stuff that weekend, but still it was awesome. And then just going out doing the give back nights and doing that with certain restaurants. And then the home, I'm trying to think here, like you get your Tastefully Simple. And
home parties.
Yeah, And so I did what is called Jewelry and a Candle is a new thing that is out that I did a fundraise with them.
Well, I know you also connected with Melanie. Melanie,
Yes.
tell us about the Pulse FM's night for cancer cure and research.
Yeah, we have an
Beautiful
event
Night.
that's called One Beautiful Night. And when I was diagnosed with cancer, one thing that I realized was in an instant, I needed to be surrounded by people that were encouraging and uplifting. And so I found out real soon who not to talk to about cancer and who to talk to about cancer. And another thing that was so important to me and a lifeline for me was music. And it landed me on Pulse FM. And so throughout the years, this year we did our 5th event of One Beautiful Night, where we just bring people together who are walking through cancer. We have people like Julie who nominate someone going through cancer. Julie was with us last year and the year before because she knew 2 other people that were going through it. And she brought them, and it's just a night of really celebration and honoring and encouraging people that are walking through that road.
It was awesome.
So what was that like for you, Julie, to sit there and to be with other people who had gone through what you were going through at one time?
It's memorable. It's a feel-good feeling, and that it's because my sister-in-law right now is battling early stage 2 breast cancer, and she had her last chemo just before the One Beautiful Night. So I got to surprise her, and I took her to this one this year.
So you get a chance to raise funds for not only breast cancer awareness, but of course October's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And so I know you must get out there and really cut a step with your dancing.
Oh, I make sure I let people know that, and that's what I want to do.
But beyond today is October the 31st, and then so this campaign for breast cancer awareness will go away until next year. But why is it so important to you to do this year-round and to help people and to bring awareness? Why personally?
Because it's all cancer. That's what American Cancer Society, the Relay for Life, that's what Relay for Life is. It's not just one particular cancer, it's all cancers. And everybody that has gone through this has gone through that is a cancer survivor, are survivors, and we want to celebrate them.
Would you just look into your camera? There's someone who's struggling with cancer right now. Would you offer words of encouragement to that person for me?
I suggest that you just reach out to God, because God He is your life savior, your family and your friends. I encourage your family and your friends to reach out to your loved one that is battling this horrible disease, because as a cancer survivor, we need you. We need you. We need God, and we need you guys with us always. And we need your support. If we don't have that support, we feel alone. Nobody wants to feel alone. So please reach out to your family member, your friend, whoever's battling this horrible disease, and love on them, because they need you.
Thank you so much, Julie, for sharing your story and sharing those words of encouragement. If you are battling cancer, give us a call. We can pray for you. The number is 1-800-365-3732. And for more information about cancer, early testing, research, education, go to relayforlife.org. Coming up later, Brian Bush with the latest news from Israel. But up next, Pastor Mark Lance with today's Motivational Minute. We'll be right back.